We're getting ready to make like a late breakfast / lunch.
I got my crescent rolls.
So we're gonna do some eggs and crescent rolls. We don't have any bacon or sausage, so it's just gonna be like kind of boring. And then I'm gonna make some coleslaw because we're gonna do like pulled pork sandwiches for dinner. So join us.
Sorry, I was looking at the crescent rolls because it threw me off. These go bad February 15th, and we literally just bought these like 2 weeks ago. Has anybody else noticed that like grocery stores have gotten like, I don't want to say skimy, but sneaky, and even like corporations like Pillsbury have gotten sneaky where they like put the best sell by date really soon. These used to be good for, I swear, like 9 months.
We noticed that with like milk too. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but during Christmas, like milk would expire. Was it Christmas?
Yeah, within like 3 weeks, or less than 3 weeks. I think it was like 2 weeks. But yeah, like let us know down in the comments if you've noticed, or like examples of things that you've noticed that used to have like a super long expiration date and now have a really short expiration date.
So with our pulled pork sandwiches that we're gonna have tonight, I'm gonna make some coleslaw because I always like to top any barbecue that we have with coleslaw. Usually I'll make it myself, but this time we happen to be at Sam's Club and passed this bag, so I figured like, well, let's work on my end this time. But I usually like to buy like a green cabbage and then just carrots, and I would just usually chop it up myself, but we're gonna try this time. And then I just buy this Marzetti's original slaw. It's not my favorite. I put it on lightly, and then I make Jack like a separate container after I get mine out when we go to make our sandwiches a little heavier, because I'm not a big fan of like a vinegar flavor. This has like a decently strong vinegar flavor. So if you're not into that, don't try it. But if you do, give it a try, or just put it on lightly like I do. And so yeah, I'm going to get this made so we can have some dinner later. I have my coleslaw in the bowl. I don't fill it too high, that way I can mix it without it like spewing out. And then I'll just pour some of this on top. And then we're not going to eat dinner for like 4, 5, 6 hours, so I just like to let all the flavors meld together. I have my coleslaw all mixed together, and like I said, I just do it lightly, almost like a salad. And then once we get closer to dinner, I'll make Jack's a separate one where it's a little bit heavier on the flavoring, and then I just crack some pepper in it just to give it some extra spice.
We've come in from woodworking, and what I'm going to do is start cooking dinner because it's going to take about 4 hours for this pork tenderloin to cook. So what we have here is this Hatfield pork with a pledge, all natural Texas smokehouse barbecue seasoned pork tenderloin filet. Eric and I have had this before. We really enjoy it, but we want to try to make it as like pulled pork this time. So we don't currently have a crock pot. I don't really like crock pots. I grew up with one, but I just don't want a crock pot. So what we're going to do is cook this at 215 in our oven for right around 4 hours. What I've heard, or like what I saw online, is that a crock pot, when you set it on high or low, it usually gets up to about 215. The high or low just means how long does it, or how many times does it turn on to get it heated up to 215.
We're more just going to see if this works. Last time we just kind of chopped it up for barbecue sandwiches, but I'm the one who really wants it pulled, even though pulled pork is really supposed to be like pork shoulder or pork butt. But these ones were on sale at Publix for like only $5.99, so we're going to try to make it more pulled instead of having to chop it up, but we'll see. Give it a test run. When I was Googling, that's how it said to like cook them, as what you just heard Jack say. So we're going to see if it actually works. If not, we'll just chop it again.
I placed the pork tenderloin in a 9x13 Pyrex dish. I added about 2 cups of water just because I wanted to be like a steam bath to try to make sure that it can become pulled pork. And then we'll add barbecue sauce once we kind of cook it for about 2 hours, give or take. And it's already pre-seasoned. We really like the seasoning that comes on this. Therefore, we'll just give it a go in the oven for 2 hours, and then we'll go for 3 or 4 after that.
So, an update on our bed. is we have all 4 sides now. So it's coming along, and now we're working on cutting the pieces that will go here to basically hold the bed slats, because it's going to be like a built-in box spring that the mattress will sit on. So we are making progress. Moment of truth. Let's see if it shreds after 2 hours.
I would say no, Ghost Rider.
It's looking like a no. Might just be having chopped pork. Which is okay, but I just wanted to see if you could actually do pulled pork or like shredded pork with a pork tenderloin, even though I know it's not supposed to be used for that. If you work hard, it might work a little bit. All right, so we added the piece that is gonna hold the bed slats, and this is basically like a built-in form of a box spring. These will need to get cut down. We're just like testing out how many we're gonna need all the way down. So yeah, we're getting close now.
All right, so we're finished in the garage for today. I didn't get as far as I wanted to just because the castle joints took a lot longer than I was expecting. Wood moves, as you might know, so I had to kind of come back and sand some of the wood. Kind of warped and kind of expanded, so I had to come back and sand. Erica was a big help with that, so I appreciate her being out here, especially I know being 29 weeks pregnant, it's not the best to be out here, but she was just out here kind of doing some hand sanding here and there. But other than that, we're going to kind of take a break for tonight, eat some dinner, then I'll head to Home Depot hopefully this week. If not, it'll be during like the weekend, next weekend, to pick up the bed slats, which I need 1x4s for the bed slats. I'm going to need 12 of those. We have 2, so I need 10 extra. Then I'm going to need a 2x4 to run across the middle to kind of keep everything together. And then I'm also going to order some thumb screws. Erica wants some like nicer looking thumb screws, so we'll probably pick those up off of like Amazon or something like that, because Home Depot only sells the ones that have like the flathead thumb screws, so she doesn't really like those. I showed with her those options. And then after that, it's going to be sanding, like one final sand over, because right now I only hit it with 60 grit, then I'll hit it with 80 grit, 120, and then maybe 220, depending on what stain she wants. Just have to see what type of stain she wants, and then polyurethane, and then move it upstairs. Also going to go pick up, while I'm at Home Depot, I'm going to pick up some birch plywood to build the baby's dresser, because Erica wants a dresser for the baby, and it would just be more sturdy if we build it, because most of the furniture these days is just like that MDF or like particle board, so it's not real like sturdy stuff for the price you pay. You can pick up a piece of birch plywood for, I think I looked this morning at $84 as the recording of this, so I'll just pick that up and put it all together for the baby's kind of bed frame. Or not bed frame, excuse me. I got bed frame on the mind because it's sitting right here. But I'll put that together for the dresser. And then I still have Erica's bed, or not bed. See, got the bed frame on the mind. Then I'll move over to doing the nightstand for Erica. I want to finish the nightstand, but I'm like in between of like how to build it, because I want to build it out of 1/2-inch plywood, because we have kind of like an outside sheathing. However, the 1/2-inch plywood that I have, I don't think I'm going to have enough, so I don't really want to go buy more. So I'm going to see where I end up with the 1/4 inch, because I also have some 1/4 inch pieces of plywood sitting over here. So it could just end up being a thicker nightstand with the 3/4 inch plywood, and then also adding like the layer over top of it. That's why I was hoping to do the 1/2-inch ply, because then I can just stick the kind of decorative wood on the outside and then stain that. But we'll see where it takes me. Thanks for joining me out in the garage. And now I'm going to go get cleaned up and eat some dinner.
Dinner is served. So we just chopped the pork, since the trying to pull it didn't turn out. But all you can do is try. I know it was a tenderloin anyway. So now we're gonna eat. We popped outside because there's another rocket launch tonight. So cool to see the rocket launches.
That's going to do it for us for today. As you see, I got all cleaned up, made some dinner. We just had a relaxing evening. We went for a walk, got to see the SpaceX Starlink shuttle take off, so that was cool, and just kind of getting out of the house, going for our daily walks, just also working in the garage today was nice, and just being able to spend time with Eric and the baby. So thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you around like a donut.